Earnhardt, Kincaid and Rowe. Save big this weekend at Belfort Furniture's huge clearance event.
Tonight, breaking news as we come on. President Trump himself just moments ago entering the White House briefing room. What he just said about a major announcement coming from South Korea on the north. Also tonight, the president signing those controversial new tariffs on steel and aluminum after losing his top economic advisor who did not want them. Tonight, what would a trade war mean for jobs right here at home? A reality check and the numbers. The growing outrage over this police video, a man walking home from work, accused of jaywalking, ending up on the ground and beaten. Tonight, the police chief offering to resign. The exploding power lines, and now could there be a new storm brewing? What the models show at this hour as nearly 1 million Americans go into the night with no power and no heat. And this is the moment a police cruiser answering a call at nearly 80 miles an hour slams into a mother's car, killing her 6-year-old son. Tonight, why the officer is now suing the mother.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Thursday night. And we begin with those two breaking headlines. President Trump, a short time ago, entering the White House briefing room himself, proclaiming an announcement is coming from South Korea on the north. Amid reports, could there be a meeting in the works now between the president and Kim Jong-un? That came just hours after the president signed off on those controversial tariffs on steel and aluminum coming into this country. He lost his top economic advisor over this, over fears of a trade war and the possibility of ultimately losing American jobs. We have it all covered, beginning with ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, tonight.
Defying America's allies, Republican leaders, and many of his own advisors, but pleasing the steelworkers that stood by his side, the president made it official, signing a big new tax on imported steel and aluminum.
The American steel and aluminum industry has been ravaged by aggressive foreign trade practices. It's really an assault on our country. It's been an assault.
The tariffs, 25% on steel and 10% on aluminum, will be imposed on all imported steel except from Canada and Mexico, which are exempt, but only for now. At a cabinet meeting earlier, the president said he was flexible.
Sticking with 10 and 25 initially. I'll have a right to go up or down, depending on the country, and I'll have a right to drop out countries or add countries. We just want fairness.
The president calls the tariffs a matter of national security, but sources familiar with the deliberations tell ABC News that National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster and Defense Secretary James Mattis are both opposed. So is the president's top economic advisor, Gary Cohn, who decided to resign after the president ignored his advice. Today, the president offered Cohn a backhanded compliment.
He may be a globalist, but I still like him. He is seriously a globalist, there's no question. But you know what? In his own way, he's a nationalist because he loves our country.
In Congress, Republicans overwhelmingly oppose the tariffs.
I think you'll have a lot of unintended consequences. You'll have a lot of collateral damage.
An analysis by the Nonpartisan Trade Partnership projects the Trump tariffs on steel and aluminum will result in a net loss of 146,000 American jobs in the first year alone. The president stunned the world last week, announcing just how steep the tariff would be at the tail end of a meeting.
It'll be 25% for steel. It'll be 10% for aluminum.
Since then, several U.S. trading partners have threatened to impose tariffs of their own on iconic American products, including bourbon from Senate Leader Mitch McConnell's home state of Kentucky, Harley-Davidson motorcycles made in Speaker Ryan's home state of Wisconsin, and jeans from Levi Strauss, which happens to be headquartered in Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi's San Francisco district. But that wasn't enough to stop President Trump today.
So let's get to John Karl live at the White House. A lot to break down with you, John, tonight. These tariffs don't go into effect for 15 days, and tonight an all-out effort underway, we should point out, from many Republicans included, to try and stop this from happening.
Absolutely. Senator Jeff Flake, Republican from Arizona, is going to challenge this on the floor in the Senate, trying to block him that way. And you can be sure, David, there will be legal challenges to this as well.
John, while we have you, to this announcement supposedly coming from South Korea not long from now, you were there when President Trump came into the briefing room tonight, something very rare. I'm not sure we've seen this yet, and promising big news on North Korea.
Absolutely. And then I went into the White House, into the West Wing, and I actually ran into the president in the colonnade here at the White House, and I asked him, is this about negotiations? He told me cryptically it's almost beyond that, but he said you better be there, and the announcement's going to be right here outside the White House in about a half an hour.
All right, almost beyond negotiations, he said. So John Carly will keep us posted as soon as you hear. John, thanks. In the meantime, we're going to move on tonight to the growing outrage in Asheville, North Carolina, after the violent altercation between police officers and a man accused of jaywalking. The officer's body cam video showing the man ordered to put his hands behind his back. He resists. Before it was over, he was beaten, tasered, and charged. Tonight, the FBI is now on the case, and ABC's Steve Osunsami is in Asheville with difficult images tonight.
Damn, y'all ain't got else to do besides harass somebody about walking. Put your hands behind your back. Do not. Stop. Drop the bag.
The police beatdown that's about to happen to Johnny Rush, seen here on a late night in Asheville, is so shocking, even the police chief says she's willing to step down tonight.
You know what's funny is you're going to get up hardcore.
That's the voice of former officer Chris Hickman, who's running and is wearing the body camera and is heard promising to make the beating a good one.
Stop.
The video was first published by the Citizens Times newspaper. You see Hickman punching Rush's face into the asphalt while another white officer, trainee Verino Ruggiero, watches.
I can't, man. I can't breathe.
And as Rush is saying he can't breathe, Officer Hickman shoots him with a stun gun.
Lie down. I can't. Put your hands behind your back. I can't.
This was in August, and all started because they say he was jaywalking. Hickman resigned in January.
All this over you getting a ticket? Now it's serious, bro.
Yes, it's incredibly serious. The FBI is investigating tonight, and now the police chief is having to face angry citizens and explain why it took months to do anything. Rush was unarmed.
This is not about police brutality. This is about a system that's brutalizing us. Do you plan to resign based on it?
She's offered to step down if it will help.
The whole thing is bad. When I watch the video, I have the same reaction as probably you did when you watched it. It's just a terrible, egregious case.
And Steve Osunsami with us tonight from Asheville, and we know charges against the victim have now been dropped. But Steve, if the police chief is calling this case egregious and is offering to step down, why did it take so long for the department to take action in this?
Well, the police chief is putting that delay at the blame at the feet of one of her supervisors here, who she says reviewed the incident but didn't review the video. One other thing that has people concerned here is that it appears the other officer has seen no discipline so far. David?
Reviewing the incident, but not the video. Steve, our thanks to you. We're going to turn now to yet another possible storm brewing tonight. We have the models and what they're showing at this hour. This is nearly 1 million Americans go into this night without power and without heat yet again. A neighborhood plunged into the dark from this down power line in Bridgewater, New Jersey, and a car driving over a live wire in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, catching fire. The driver did not survive. And as I mentioned, could there be a third nor'easter now taking shape? ABC's Eva Pilgrim from Worcester, Massachusetts tonight.
Tonight, that deadly nor'easter with one last blast in New England. More than 2 feet of heavy, wet snow in some places.
It's like, as somebody once said to me, shoveling cement.
This frightening scene in Southborough, Massachusetts. A tangled mess of downed trees and power lines across the region. Transformers blowing in New Hampshire, one after another before dawn. Officials there forced to close a stretch of I-95 after a power pole snapped.
Power lines literally draped across both north and southbound lanes that has brought traffic to a standstill.
In Westchester County, New York, our Lindsay Davis with a bird's eye view of damage there.
What a mess out here. This damage is actually left over from last Friday's nor'easter. Take a look at just how extensive the damage is. Here's the problem. You have these massive trees that have fallen and then toppled the power lines along with it. People on this block are now in their 7th day without power.
In Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, authorities say a man in this car was killed after he drove around a barricade and onto live wires. The car bursting into flames, one of at least 2 storm-related deaths. Overnight,
still stranded out here.
Hundreds stuck on Route 280 in New Jersey. Police responding to over 500 crashes in the state. In Philadelphia, The Northeastern University women's basketball team pushing their own bus back on course after they got stuck.
David, crews across Massachusetts are rushing to get over 300,000 people without power back on. This as we are now watching the next possible storm. David?
We are indeed, Eva. Thank you. So let's get right to senior meteorologist Rob Marciano live on the West Side Highway here in New York. Rob, what are the models showing tonight?
Well, we have two different options. We'll go through them. First, let's get rid of this current nor'easter, still dumping snow over across northern New England, showing some of the impressive snow totals. 4 states showing between 2 and 3 feet of snow. Hopefully the next round will show this. Next storm up brings heavier rain and thunderstorms to the south on Saturday, mostly rain to the mid-Atlantic on Sunday. Then we're not sure. If things phase, a full-on nor'easter for the northeast on Monday, but another reliable model shows it just completely going out to sea. We'll have much more confidence over the weekend, but we're certainly hoping for option number 2, David.
Right along with you, Rob. Thank you. Next tonight, new developments in the Russia investigation. There are reports now that President Trump has asked witnesses about their questioning by Robert Mueller and his team, asking were they fair. Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas tonight.
Tonight, Donald Trump's former campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski, grilled by congressional investigators.
Were you able to answer all the questions?
I answered every relevant question you could imagine. I just spent 12 hours of my life, I'll never get back. There's no collusion, no cooperation, no coordination. It's a fact.
His testimony comes amid new questions about whether the president has been asking witnesses interviewed by Robert Mueller what was asked. Tonight, there's new scrutiny on a conversation between the president and his former chief of staff, Reince Priebus, after Priebus was interviewed by Mueller's team. Sources say President Trump asked Priebus if the special counsel's team had been, quote, nice, and if Priebus had been treated fairly. Sources close to the president described the conversation as, quote, innocent. And tonight, new focus on whether Mr. Trump and his team were trying to set up a back channel with Putin before the inauguration. At issue is a meeting. At the meeting, this man, Erik Prince, the former Blackwater CEO. He's also the brother of Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. Prince was in the Seychelles 2 weeks before the inauguration. Also there, a Russian banker. Prince has said their meeting was unplanned, a chance encounter in the Seychelles while he was on a business trip. Met him down in the bar after dinner, Prince said of his encounter with the Russian banker. We talked for 30 minutes over a beer, and that was it. And he says the president-elect didn't know.
Was anyone on the Trump team aware that you were at this meeting?
No one was aware from the Trump team that I was even there.
But the Washington Post is reporting there's another version of this story, that there was someone else there who now says it was not by chance, and that it was specifically set up to discuss relations between the U.S. and Russia. That person is George Nader, a Lebanese-American who the Post says helped set up the meeting, and who is now reportedly cooperating with Robert Mueller.
We want to hear from George Nader in our Russia investigation. If the accounts about Mr. Nader are true, then Erik Prince lied to Congress.
All right,
That's
so let's get to Pierre Thomas with us live tonight. Pierre, let's get back to what you reported at the top there. Corey Lewandowski, the latest Trump advisor to be interviewed on the Hill, and tomorrow we're expecting an appearance from former campaign advisor Sam Nunberg, just days after he made headlines for going on that cable TV tour, saying the special counsel might have something on the president.
That's right, David. We expect Nunberg back in the news after all the back and forth over whether he would testify. He told us today he is going to appear before Mueller's grand jury tomorrow. So, David, we'll see.
Pierre, thank you. And President Trump's former campaign chairman indicted in the Russia investigation, pleading not guilty today. Paul Manafort entering a not guilty plea on charges of tax evasion and bank fraud. His trial now set to start on July 10th. To Florida tonight in chilling new calls from Parkland, calls made during the attack between parents and 911 operators. You can actually hear the parents also talking with their children. It comes as Florida lawmakers pass a new gun law. What will the governor now do? Here's ABC's Victor Akendo tonight.
Tonight, for the first time, the 911 calls. Parents dialing just as they learned there was a shooting at school.
She says she's behind the desk right now, but the shots were close. Hopefully she's going to text back right away. The shots were close to her? Yeah.
In one call, you can hear a mother talking to her child inside that school.
I love you. It's going to be fine. Can you hide somewhere? Can you play dead? If he shoots, we need to play dead. If he shoots, play dead.
One call apparently coming from inside Stoneman Douglas, the caller speaking in hushed tones.
Martin, Stoneman Douglas High School is being shot up.
It's being shot up? Are you at the school?